This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
It's time to get real. Get real. Talking about the things you wanna hear. It's time to get real. Get real. We got it all right here. It's time to get real. Get real. Better buckle up, get real, get set. It's time to get real. Get real. We got it all right here. Come on. Whoa.
Live from New York City.
Hi guys, I'm Luis Pedron, Festival Director of the International Film Festival, Manhattan. But tonight I am the host of Get Real. On behalf of Janet Marco and our director, Sir Johan of PHLV Radio, we would like to interview 3 of the filmmakers that we featured at the International Film Festival Manhattan Spring Edition this 2021, ending of May. We have 3 filmmakers, the father Roland Mactal for Papuri, and the second filmmaker that we'll be featuring tonight will be Mark Moneda of I Miss You George, and of course the third Melver Gomez of Iyallatiw from Ilocos. We will be interviewing them one by one, and first up, they have actually, thanks guys, they've created YouTube promos already that's been playing for a few days now. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to present the promo of Father Roland Mactal for Papuri.
Greetings from Manila, Philippines. I am Father Roland Mactal OP, a Dominican and the producer of this documentary film entitled Papuri.
I just want to tell the boys of Tiplas de Santo Domingo that how proud I am and how happy I am that I was able to sing with you. I have so many beautiful memories of Tiplas, Santo Domingo. And I just pray that you continue to just lift up the name of the Lord in your singing kasi ang sarap niyong pakinggan para akong may mga kasamang anghel.
I-treasure niyo every moment na nasa Tiple kayo. Huwag yung kalilimutan na kahit ano mangyari, once a Tiple, will always be a Tiple.
It revolves around the history, relevance of the existing oldest boys choir in the Philippines called the Tiples de Santo Domingo. It is a labor of love and devotion that despite of the pandemic, we were still able to produce and offer you this documentary film to show you the relevance of these boys' choir even during our time.
Their passion for singing, their deep devotion to the Our Lady of the Holy Rosary of La Naval de Manila, their service to the Church, and their sense of brotherhood. Surely, their life and their angelic voices will touch your hearts, will bring comfort and solace to your restless souls, especially in the midst of this pandemic.
My dear friends, I am inviting everyone to watch this documentary film, Papuri, at the International Film Festival, Manhattan, New York, USA, on May 28 to 30, 2021. Thank you and see you online.
It is an honor to have here live, actually. They woke up really early, presenting the producer of Papuri. This is about Tiples, and believe it or not, he was actually a Tiples himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Father Roland Mactal OP. Kamusta po?
Hello. Good evening, Luis. And good morning here. Yes. So, mabuti naman ang kalagayan namin dito.
It's an honor to have you po, because I was gonna ask you, of course, we tried to make the interview lighthearted po, hindi naman masyado, pero later, syempre, we'll talk about the spirituality of it. Vienna, a boys choir dati po yan, and I'm finding out that you were part of this when you were a child. So soprano po ang boses nyo ngayon, noon, kahit na ngayon pang DJ na ang boses nyo?
Yeah, I was a soprano in the 70s when I was 10 years old, and I was a member of Tiples from 1975 to 81. So the whole elementary years, yes.
And during that time, you actually lived together in a Tiples house.
Yes, inside the church.
Experience?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was like really a kind of a regular life for lay people like us, but in a kind of setting wherein we practice daily to enhance our quality of music. And that is why that has become part of our rigid training during our childhood years. Yes. Kaya yun yung quality nung aming 70s na naihahambing. Yeah.
Right. So Father, during that time, parang seminarista rin kayo kahit na you're not part of the seminary because nandun na kayo living in together.
Exactly. Para kaming minor seminarians noon. Kahit na wala kaming mga vows, wala kaming mga commitment, but we are committed to the music and in service for the church, for singing daily in the Mass, Monday to Sunday yon. And that is where we are serving in the Church of Santo Domingo in Quezon City. Yeah.
Father, and it's 300 years na po, no? Even in 1587, was it? The part ng Dominican friars nung dumating dyan, na meron ng Tiples. So
exactly.
Tiples literally means is a boy soprano. It has the highest pitch of singing, and usually it is dedicated to Our Lady of the Rosary of La Naval de Manila. Kasi nga, nung in the history of the Christianity in the Philippines, and we are celebrating 500 years of Christianity here from 1521 to 2021, we, the Dominicans, when they arrived, had the battle in Manila. And they pledged their devotion to the Blessed Mother. And the Tiples were the ones singing during that time and up to now. So the tradition continues for more than 300 years. Yes. And
yes.
Father, ito po is sort of like, of course, they don't live na in that house anymore, no?
Yes.
They live now with their parents. They don't have to do that. But this is sort of like a relaunch of Tiples. So tell me about that production that was actually part of the documentary, in which Dulce, Asia's diva, was part of that concert. That would have been great to have been part of kung nakapanood ako noon. When was this, Father?
We had this concert at PICC on December 14, 2018. So we had it documented and then turned it into a documentary film, which we have submitted at the International Film Festival, because Dulce was visiting Santo Domingo during that time, and she wanted to sing The Power of Your Love together with the Tiples, just like a jamming lang. And then na-inspired yung grupo, na-inspired yung mga nakikinig, so we relaunched the Tiples. And our objective nga dun sa documentary, sabi ko, is that we would like to bring back the glory that was. Because in the 70s, the Tiples de Santo Domingo has been known to be the Vienna Boys Choir of the Philippines. So parang bini-benchmark kami in the 70s as the Vienna Boys Choir here in the Philippines. Because the Vienna Boys Choir is the, kumbaga, the top-notch boys choir in the whole world. Yon.
And then, of course, naging part na rin yan ng legacy nyo and legacy of the kids. How many do you think were Tiples from the 1580s to now, and how many became Dominican friars? Do we call them Dominican friars, right?
Yeah,
how many
Dominican
have become part of the Dominican
fathers. Yeah. We
Ilan po ang percentage?
Kasi hindi naman kami ni-expect na pumasok sa Dominican. It just so happened, after my being a Tiple, I went first to study at the College of Science of UST.
Right.
And I took up BS Math. And after graduation, that's the time I went back to Santo Domingo to apply. So matagal na akong naging vacant from my tiple years to becoming a Dominican. So it doesn't follow naman na kapag ikaw ay tiple ay talagang ginugroom ka. If it's your call, if it's your mission to be part of the Dominican congregation, then God's will po yun.
It will happen. Amen to that. Of course, may shoutout ako. May isang UST talaga na dito who lives here in New York. Felix Manuel. Please help me promote this because this is the Dominicans at saka mga UST sila. Yung grade school niyo po is called ano po?
Angelicum.
Angelicum.
Angelicum. Yes. It's at the back of Santo Domingo Church, and it is now officially affiliated to the University of Santo Tomas.
So, ang UST po is the oldest university in Asia. There's something historic about that.
Yes, because we just celebrated 400 years of existence of the University of Santo Tomas in 2011. So it is a hallmark that is even considered as older than Harvard University. So talaga, that is something that we can look forward. And I think this kind of documentary also reflects about our celebration of the 500 years of Christianity in the Philippines.
Yun nga po may commonality to, spirituality, legacy, lahat po ng intervene ko to. And of course, here in America, when you're abroad, actually, kukumpul-kumpul kayo pag you're from LaSalle, halimbawa, from UST, from
Ateneo.
Buklod kayo. Kaya I'm excited to promote it to people who went to grade school sa UST up to college sa UST. I'm excited to promote it to them.
Yes. Exactly.
I have a brother who graduated sa UST.
Oh, really? What course?
Opo. Sa accountancy ata siya, parang commerce, ang tawag ng araw.
College of Commerce, yes.
If I'm not mistaken, or business ad or something like that. But anyways, I will be asking you at the tail end po ulit regarding your film, your legacy, and of course, to promote this film. But it's an honor to have your promo muna. Thank you that it's playing already on YouTube. Thank you for giving us time to actually create that promotion. And lahat po nang involved dun sa Tiples, sana po makapanood sila sa International Film Festival Manhattan. So you'll be back po, Father. I hope you don't mind hanging on. And we will be presenting the second show, the second promo for I Miss You, George from director Mark Moneda.
Hello everyone! We hope and pray that all of you are safe and feeling better.
And we are the team behind the short film Miss You, George.
I am Pastor Stephen Mark Lucas, the composer of the film's original theme song.
I am Agape Ryan Tuzon, the musical scorer and the sound director.
I am Adonis Ladera, the overall graphic artist.
And I am Mark Moneda, the director, writer, and editor of the short film. And we are so much blessed and honored to announce that our short film is one of the official selections for the International Film Festival Manhattan 2021 in New York City, which will be held virtually on May 28 to 30, 2021.
Glory to God! And we just want to thank Sir Luis Pedron for making this possible.
We are inviting you to please watch our film together with the other selections online. Tickets and details will be announced soon.
We dedicate this film to all the frontliners around the globe.
Thank you very much and God bless. And for the short film's official teaser, please watch this.
Good morning, George!
I'm so proud of you.
Grabe, alam mo, malapit ko na talaga ma-perfect ang beep selfie ko.
George, ano mo? Ang dami nag-open ngayon ng online crash courses.
George, tignan mo, nakahinga ulit ako ng halaman sa kabila.
Promise, alagaan ko to para makita mo pagbalik
Sorry
mo.
usap tayo mamaya.
Nag-virtual reunion kasi kami ng mga kabatch ko nung high school. Ano? Pagod ka na?
Sabi naman kasi sa'yo, huwag ka na tumuloy dyan eh.
George!
Ladies and gentlemen, director Mark Moneda of I Miss You, George. To God be the glory talaga. So, Mark, pasensya ka na.
Yes,
I heard you had to take off to do this interview early in the morning in the Philippines.
Yes, sir. Pero okay lang naman po.
Are you actually a frontliner as well? Are you a doctor or a nurse?
Yes, sir. I'm a radiologic technologist by profession, sir. And I do handle imaging modalities such as X-ray, ECG, CT scan.
Right. And in what city do you live in?
I live in Lawag City, Ilocos Norte, sir.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I am so honored to have your promo, of course, and to have you guys at the International Film Festival natin, kahit na virtual siya.
Yes, sir.
Years
Thank you,
ago, of course, not last year, because the pandemic started in 2020, a lot of the filmmakers, even from the Philippines, would fly to the film festival. Sayang na nga, pero anyways, may Zoom naman.
Yes,
So
sir.
talking about Zoom, your film is kind of like a Zoom film, but it wasn't shot
Yes, sir.
on Zoom, right? Graphics
Yes, sir. Yes,
design
sir.
lang siya.
Yes, sir. Graphics
Graphics
design lang po
design.
siya. Well, we shot it using a smartphone. Then, kinolage na lang po namin siya. Then, we put a little bit of graphics na lang po to
Right.
make it like a Zoom meeting, like that.
Of course, we're not gonna say the ending because we shouldn't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell me about how did you put a limit to just 5 minutes to create this storyline? This is something that I've been looking for. Films that are within 5 minutes, nandun yung beginning, middle, or end. How was that challenge?
Yes, sir. Basically, sir, I did the film for a friend, as a favor for a friend who also happens to be an amateur filmmaker like me. And he asked me if I could do a 5-minute film for a certain film fest in their hometown. So, because he's my friend naman po, I did it for free. So, trinay ko pong gumawa a 5-minute short film na it took me a lot of effort to organize a film like that na 5 minutes lang po and dapat nandun na po na lahat ng content. Then yun po, sinali po niya sa film fest. Then, yun po. Then, nung nakita po namin na medyo okay naman siya, sabi ko naman po, sinali pa po namin sa iba't ibang film fest na nagre-require pa ng 5 minutes din po na short film. So, yun po.
Oh, that's good, no? Kasi sa amin naman, syempre, you also have to think of the programming kasi kung minsan, ang dali ipasok ng mga 5-minute or less than 10 minutes, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Ideally,
Yes,
kasi
sir.
15 minutes and below, especially kung ganito na narrative. And
Yes, sir.
we will be presenting some pandemic stories or lockdown stories, which we actually did a lot in 2020 ng November.
Yes.
And aren't you gonna ask me why we created 2 film festivals this year sa 2021 sa IFFM? Do you want to ask me why?
Why, sir?
Kasi dahil virtual siya, di ba? And I'm using the platform Eventive. It's paid na for a year. So sabi ko, lockdown na naman ng mga Filipino. And here, it's somewhat lockdown. Hindi pa rin 100% ang Amerika. But hey, di ba? Though we need like entertainment like this, di ba? Mura lang naman ng tickets. And then showcasing more filmmakers.
Yes, sir.
And then ito na naman. Can you ask me why I feature Filipinos?
Why, sir?
Why not, di ba?
Yes, sir.
So anyway, so tell me about your production mo. It's as if I think you have everyone from your church involved in this film.
Yes, sir. It's a funny story, sir, because I did it. Hindi ko sinabi sa kanila na meron na pong material, meron na pong yung song and everything. But I didn't tell them na gagamitin ko siya for a short film. Kasi hindi pa naman po ako sure na kung isasali ko or what. Then, yun po, ginamit ko po yung music na kinompose po ni Pastor Stephen Mark Lucas for the film. And it's a Christian song actually. Original Christian song na nilagay ko sa film. And kapag mapapanood niyo po yung film, malalaman niyo po kung bakit siya Christian song, yung nagamit po doon. And with the help also of our church musical director, Mr. Agape Ryan Tuzon, and our graphic artist din po, church graphic artist, Mr. Adonis Ladera. So yun, sir, nag-collect na lang kami ng idea and everything. So yun, nagulat na lang sila nakasali na pala sa mga film fest. And I'm so much grateful na natuwa naman sila kahit walang consent sa start. Pero yun po, it turned out well naman po.
By the way, gusto ko lang makarinig ng Ilocano because my mom is from Abra. Can you greet your everyone who participated in your film? Mag-thank you ka sa kanila. Parinig lang in Ilocano, especially the ones who were part of the promo.
Okay, sir. But I will try my best, sir, because I'm not fluent in Ilocano. But I will try, sir.
Para lang may regional
Yes, sir.
Interview.
Naimbag nga aldaw kada kayo amin. Imbiterang kayo man kakabsat yan kakailyan nga buyain. Amin nga entry city International Film Festival Manhattan to be launched soon this May. Hindi ko kinaya, sir. Nakapag-English na.
Hindi mo kinaya. Bakit ka nasa Lawag? So you're actually not from Lawag? You're just working in Lawag?
Well, my mom, sir, is from Lawag City, but my dad po is from Laguna po siya. And actually, kapag tinatanong po nila ako bakit hindi ako natutong mag-Ilocano, hindi ko rin po alam. Kasi sa bahay po namin talaga, ang standard language po talaga namin is Tagalog. Siguro, hindi ko na lang siguro na-develop po yung communication skills po using Ilocano language.
Pareho pala tayo.
But I'm trying.
My dad is Quezon. So in Lawag naman nagtatagalog sila, no? Like in Baguio.
Yes,
sa Baguio,
sir. Yes,
and then one time I was in San Fernando, La Union. Sabi ko, wow, Englishero lahat dito sa So anyways, yeah. So we have a few more minutes to talk about your film. Alam ko maiksi lang siya. And then a lot of the filmmakers, when they have very short films, they say, oh, but my film is so short, I can't imagine creating a promo about it. So ikaw nag-create ka ng promo. Thank you very much. So
thank you,
how did you think of involving everyone who is part of the production to speak dun sa sa promo mo?
Well, sir, lahat naman po sila, one call away lang naman po sila, sir. And they are into festivals din naman po since nung nasali po yung film from different festivals before from last year. So parang naka-ready na lang din po kami anytime kung if ever may film festival, mag-ready na lang tayo for promotion and everything. So ganun po siguro siya.
So and then of course, very pandemic story to, no?
Yes, sir.
I received this bago mag-lockdown ulit ng Philippines, no? Even
yes,
Manila. So can you explain to us who live abroad? Ano yung mga difference ng ECQ, MCQ, and all the EQ? And all this, may controversy ngayon na yung people are putting mga tables, food, at saka mga ayuda, pero
sir,
they're being red tagged. Yeah, kasi dito meron ding mga ganon, pero hindi masyado dahil nga yung safety ng COVID, no? Kasi low touch dapat, di ba? But anyways, yeah, tell me yung situation nyo ngayon dyan in 2-3 minutes. What is ECQ, MCQ, and all those EQs?
Actually, sir, sa dami ng kinds of ECQ, ng community quarantine, nalilito na rin po kami talaga kung ano nga ibig sabihin nila. Yes, sir. And siguro nagba-vary lang po siguro doon sa restriction sa mga sir, sa public transportation, sa different establishments, kung ano lang po dapat ang open, ganun, sir. Pero meron tayong enhanced community quarantine, general community quarantine, and modified enhanced community quarantine. So kung i-define ko sila, sir, medyo nalilito na rin ako. Kaya hindi ko basta meron pong mild, moderate, severe, ganun, sir.
Thanks for being honest about it.
Yes,
how
sir.
about you naman? Were you really stuck at work na hindi ka nakauwi? Is there such a thing as that na if you work in the medical field, you'll be stuck there and they will probably hotel you to stay there?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Glory to God, sir. I work in a medical institution wherein ang pasok lang po namin is 8 hours. And we don't have to work 24 hours unlike sa mga hospitals po, sir. And siguro nakuha ko yung inspiration, sir. Well, kung tatanungin niyo po bakit saan ko nakuha yung inspiration na yun, 8 hours lang naman po yung pasok namin at nakakauwi naman ako everyday. Nakuha ko yung inspiration, sir, from my friends, from my batchmates din na nagtatrabaho because I've seen their struggle. Lahat po, kapag nagkukwento po sila na kumbaga na nadudurog yung puso ko. Kaya sabi ko, I should make this film. I should create this film for them.
Of course, dedicated to the frontliners, no?
Yes.
Dito rin, of course, thank you, frontliners. If you look at my videos before, yung mga clapping at 7 p.m., I always put that on my Facebook dati, no? Last year. But I heard during the height of the pandemic, yung mga nurses and doctors, hino-hotel sila, yung especially kung malayo yung commute. Hino-hotel na sila ng mga hospitals. Pero ngayon, I heard a Zoom meeting na some of the nurses nagkukwit sa work nila sa mga long-care hospitals kasi mas mataas na ngayon ang sweldo ng mga nagtetest ng COVID tests.
Yes, sir.
So,
mas risky, sir. Mas mataas po siguro talaga ang bayad.
Right. But of course, hindi yung permanent, di ba? Kasi it's just during the pandemic and FEMA, yung emergency fund ng gobyerno ang nag-aano nun. So, what are you as a frontliner and you as exposed sa mga what are your advice to us who are ordinary people na hindi medical field, how to take care of ourselves and iwas COVID? Anything medical that you can share with us?
Siguro sir, for me, yung basic ano lang po, yung basic protocol lang po natin na, na if you don't have anything important activity outside, don't go outside na lang po. And always follow the health and safety protocols like washing your hands regularly, properly, and yun, sanitize lang po. And always wear your face mask or face shield if possible. If you have something to do outside na talagang important naman talaga, sir.
And of course, as part of your film, dahil napanood mo na lahat ng Netflix, please encourage them to watch your film at the International Film Festival natin.
Yes, sir.
Meron pa akong i-quote back sa'yo.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna ask Father about this. Nung nabasa mo sa Reader's Digest, if you meet 200 people, dalawa doon multo. So anyways, we'll ask you that question later because that was part of your script.
Yes, sir.
Naku, totoo ba yun? Nakakatakot naman. So anyway, thank you very much, Mark, for
thank you so much, sir.
Sports doing this light-hearted interview. Marami pa tayong promo na gagawin even before the film festival.
Thank you, sir.
And
It's
of
an
course,
honor
I'd
on
like to
my part,
remind
sir.
everyone, our film festival will be May 28 to 30. In about 7 or 8 days, we will have the tickets. And we will have a virtual awards night as well. So, and then with the promos that I showed, whoever has the highest views will actually win the IFFM Most Popular. And we've been doing that for years. Salamat ulit sa promo mo. And ladies and gentlemen, the third promo and the third filmmaker that will be presenting tonight is Iyallatiw, which means to transfer in Ilocano. Ladies and gentlemen, Melver Gomez, promo of Iyallatiw.
Siya ni Melver Gomez, the director of the film Iyallatiw.
Si tatakderak ti Sanguanan ti St. Augustine Church ti Ilimi Apaway. This has become one of the most visited churches in Luzon, a national cultural treasure and a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Makipagkanta kayo kada kami. Makipagkararag kayo kada kami. Ket Iyallatiw tayo ti nainsigudan akan nawidan tayo kada kitag tutubitan a panawin.
Proudly from Paway, Ilocos Norte, our film Iyallatiw or to Transfer
is a documentary featuring an old oral tradition
of songs and prayers for the dead.
The film portrays an almost dying tradition and the struggles of these Manglalos in passing it to the future generation.
Isang karangalan po na mapili ang aming dokumentaryo bilang official selection sa International Film Festival Manhattan ngayong 2021.
We also take pride to represent Ilocos Norte and the country to the International Film Festival in New York.
Awisim da kayo amin, abuyayan daytoy intuno Mayo 28 aging ganat 30, 2021, online, sadyay IFFM, New York, Diyos unay tiagngina, agbiag ti Ilocos Norte, Philippines.
Here is the official trailer of our film titled Iyallatiw or to Transfer.
Ay ama ipada dagiti tuop nita abiyag itirigat ngengget sa emda ito'y ayan di masagaba kada kami aguguranda akas balitok ti kaari igna dagiti kararwa endengam anyo ti asasugda.
I hope to see all the filmmakers and the IFFM family soon. See you all in Manhattan, New York.
Victory!
Iyallatiw or to photographer, Melver Gomez.
Hello, Sir Luis. Nimbag nga bigat Ilocos Norte.
Kamusta? Believe it or not, ang naalala ko kagad when I saw your film was Himala of Nor Honor, the Ricky Lee film, no? So, was that shot in that area or what part of Ilocos was that?
Different, iba siya.
Iba? It's a different town, no?
But in Suba, Sand Dunes, pero Paway pa rin po yung kung saan kami nag-shoot ng Iyallatiw.
Iyallatiw, no? So, as I mentioned, my mom is from Abra. And so nakakatawa dahil you guys submitted, no? I didn't pursue you guys and you guys submitted. And believe it or not, this year, of course, we have a film from UST, from Manila. We have a film from Lawag. We have a film from you guys sa Paway, no? Correct? And we have General Santos, we have Sarangani, we have Lake Cebu from Cotabato. May mga regional films. So what have you seen in the Philippines? It's looking like hindi na lang Manila nanggagaling mga films. So you are a local sa Ilocos and you're creating films like this. So tell me about what's been happening in your area and bakit merong filmmaking happening right now?
Actually, sir, the documentary film was actually for a film festival here in our province. And it focuses on documentary films. And when I got the opportunity to make a film for this particular film fest, it's a challenge for us filmmakers also to go back to our own roots to showcase these particular stories na pwedeng mawala after 20 or after 30 years. Yes, sir.
May I ask you, because this was shot before the pandemic, right? Pero it mentions some of the pandemic. Was this shot right before 2020 or during 2020?
Actually, sir, the concept was actually way back 2015. But when we got the opportunity to join a film festival here in our province, it was actually 2020.
Oh, during the pandemic. The reason why I'm asking you is you followed people actually going to real events, di ba? You didn't recreate it. So, in actuality, walang mga ECQ, MCQ when you were following them?
Wala pa po dati, sir. Konti pa lang. Wala pa dating mga cases dito. Yes, sir.
Right. So, of course, oral tradition, yung story mo, and then you want to document these younger ladies or mga lolas natin. And then I had so much fun when they were teaching the kids na. So similarly with Father Roland's film, no, the kids are involved na in creating a legacy. So how's that happening? Is there like a formal invitation with the kids to be taught like that, or unti-unti lang sila nag-iimbita ng mga kabataan to teach them?
Actually, sir, based on the interview, may 2-3 bata na gustong matuto, and then from there, may mga nagjo-join na, like, naririnig nila yung kanta sa mga kapitbahay, and then, yun, hanggang dumami. I thought it was 3 lang sila na bata noon na tuturuan ng matanda. But, when we got the opportunity to observe na doon sa particular location, ang dami na nila.
Oh, wow. So blessing, no? And yes, of course, you will be blessed if you're doing something right, diba? So yung opportunities really come. And I always believe, even with IFFM, believe it or not, in the beginning of the year, I start with 0 budget. And then if you build it, they shall come. Father Roland came to submit, Mark Moneda submitted, and then you submitted. If you build it, they shall come. So nakakatawa na, ang dami mong na-interview, believe it or not. And then one topic, yung white. One of the ladies was talking about white. Purity of heart. Would you mind talking about that, and was that part of your tema ng film? Talking about white, yung dress, yung outfit.
Actually, sir, there is a festival here in Paway. It was Tumba Festival. It is held November 1, every November 1 to honor the dead. And lahat sila nang nandun, they are wearing white dress, white veil, lahat sila while praying So, way back 2015, habang sinusulat ko pa lang yung concept, I was amazed by this Mrs. Leonida Palino, which is the prayer leader niya. And then, nalaman ko na hindi pala siya gumagamit, hindi siya nagpa-pants. Like, every time na lumalabas siya, she have to wear white na palda, mga ganun. And she had to use a veil. Yun, sir. And then, when the documentary was, hindi ko siya, sir, like, dapat nakaputi kayo like that. Hindi, sir. Like, ganun talaga yung tradition namin dito. If you're going to if you're going to pray for the dead, or if you're going to sing to this particular song for the dead, you have to wear white.
Right. So, which was depicted also sa Himalaya, nag-wear ng white sinutan si Nora Honor. Aside sa kanan, yung laging na kaming mga matatanda, that's what we always think of, yung region na yun. And of course, pag may nagdadasal, yung Nora Honor si Himala. Believe it or not, we showed it here, and we honored Ricky Lee years ago here at the International Film Festival Manhattan. So, part rin ng history ng IFFM. And then, of course, yung oral tradition, you are so blessed na you were able to shoot them when they're young enough. Kasi hindi pa sila senile, di ba? They were able to do, you were able to record them and then also passing it on. Let me ask you, it's part of your title. I thought Iyallatiw was welcoming, being part of a group. Can you explain Iyallatiw and then to transfer, and then how it correlates to your film?
To transfer, sir, because these oral traditions might be lost after 20 or after 30 years. And it's a challenge for us to document this particular oral tradition that might be useful, or it can use as an archive in the future. So, sabi nga ng na-interview namin, if mawala na kami, at least na-record ninyo yung kanta, which is yung Puso Arumay Rayray. Yun, sir. And then when it comes to the film, it was actually to transfer, because it literally means to transfer or to transmit these oral traditions from these old prayer leaders or mangloalos to the present generation, which is yung mga bata na po ngayon.
Let me ask you two things, though. The prayer leaders, are they professional prayer leaders, or they do it out of camaraderie ng pagkabayanihan? And then pangalawa, is your local or your LGU or your local government encouraging you guys to do this, almost like a tourism video of as you said nga, transmitting the oral tradition to something documented, transferring to the young ones? So firstly, kung professional sila, and pangalawa, is your local government actually encouraging you guys to do this?
Actually, sir, yung mga prayer leader na yon, they are actually Catholics, but they are using a novena, a 9-day novena for the dead. And yung kanta po is, they actually do not know kung saan siya nanggaling. Basta it was actually passed down from generation way back sa kanila until today. And when it comes to the local government, they're actually encouraging us. We also had our tourism officer of our town, and then sumama po siya sa aming pag-shoot, and nakipag-uusap siya sa amin na lahat more, sir. Wow. And aside from that, I was actually documented also other traditions, like the Abel Weaver National Living Treasure of Pinili, Ilocos Norte, which is Nana Magdalena, and also we also have another old tradition here in Poway, which is the guling. It was actually to smear or to mark. And I also got the opportunity to document and to interview people, sir, because my heart is into traditions, my heart is into culture and to Ilocos or Ilocanos.
Wow. Again, it's my honor to promote you guys in the world stage. Even though I'm fellow Filipino, it'll be people from around the world who will be watching this. So thank you very much for having everyone actually promote. Yung promo, ang daming nag-promote. Even the mga lolas actually help promote to iba-ibang language. Thank you very much for doing that. And maraming salamat. So I'll ask all three of you in conclusion. Let's start with Father Roland Mactal. In conclusion, I always ask the filmmakers, what is your advice to filmmakers in creating a film like this? A lot of us, actually, or a lot of filmmakers are doing this for the first time. And I know that you have UST backing you and you have the Tipes, and then parang oral tradition na rin yan, para kasi you're transferring the legacy to kayo yung, Father Mactal is the original Tipes, I mean, in the 70s, and then reintroducing Tipes again. So, your advice to people who are going to document something like this, and your advice to filmmakers in creating a film for the world stage, Father Roland Mactal.
Yes, and when I was listening to the other filmmakers, I'm happy that it has enriched and showcased our rich cultural heritage. And that is something that we can always treasure, that we must be able to document whatever we have, and at the same time, continue whatever our forefathers have started. And like what Melver had done in his province, that is a very good thing that we must be able to document it so that kahit na mawala man tayo, at least na-document and it was shown at the International Film Festival in Manhattan. And people will be more interested on our country, on our culture, and at the same time have respect on us. And secondly, to all the filmmakers, we must be able to continue to be enthusiastic and to have this kind of promoting the Filipino values, because it is in this way that we will be able to really showcase to the world what we Filipinos have, not only in our faith, but in our culture and in our system as a nation. Kaya thank you, Luis, for organizing this international film festival, that we were able to at least, sabi ko nga hindi ko man madala ang Tiples sa New York physically, at least virtually. And then in this time of pandemic, when boys choir is considered as non-essential, at least during this time, mabigyan naman natin sila ng konting puwang for the people to see them, and at the same time appreciate what they have been doing since more than 300 years ago. Thank you, Luis, and thank you to all my co-filmmakers for enriching our cultural heritage. And just last one advice to Melver, if you are interested, here in UST, we have a Master in Cultural Heritage. You can even just inquire through online, and that will enrich your interest in your cultural heritage thing that you're doing in your province. Thank you.
Thank you, Father Roland Mactal. Don't forget Papuri. And of course, Father, let's promote it to all the UST and former Tiples around the world.
Oh,
Thank
yes. Yes, thank you, Luis.
Alam ko maraming kayo around the world. Thank you po. Mark Moneda, your advice to filmmakers, please.
Hello everyone. Siguro advice ko lang po to my fellow filmmakers is just to follow your heart. And in this situation that we are in right now, I do believe that we have limited resources and we are restricted from many things, no? Because mahirap kung gumawa ng film under this situation, but always remember that just do what is doable, what is achievable, pero dapat hindi pa rin nawawala yung quality doon. And in everything that you do, put God first, and put God at the center of everything that you do, because kapag si Lord talaga yung ginamit, si Lord talaga yung inuna mo or yung sinapuso mo sa buong journey mo in filmmaking, talagang makukuha mo siya kahit impossible siya. Because in this situation po is uncontrollable na po ba yung man eh. We should always believe that kahit uncontrollable na po ng tao yung nangyayari sa atin, hindi pa rin dapat nawawala yung faith natin that God is still in control. Yun ba?
Put God first. Thank you very much, Mark Moneda, for participating. And of course, we'll do more promos. No? Salamat sa promo mo. And of course, hingin natin ang advice ni Melver Gomez from Pabuaya Loco.
Advice for filmmakers or storytellers or script writers, because I was also part of Sir Ricky Lee's film script writing workshop, sir. Like, lagi niya sinasabi sa amin, magaling kayong manunulat, pero mas importante yung maging mabuti kayong tao, and everything will follow. And that is actually what I would tell to scriptwriters and filmmakers who are actually listening right now. And you have to be, in order for you to be a good writer or a filmmaker or storyteller, dapat yun yung mauuna. And of course, do not forget the one that is guiding us, our Lord and our God. Yan, sir.
And nakakatuwa, Father, no? There's a commonality with the three of you. God first talaga. Thank you very much for helping me promote the film festival, Father Roland Mactal of Papuri, and of course, Mark Moneda of I Miss You, George, and last but not least, Melver Gomez of Iyallatiw to Transfer. On behalf of Janet Marco, my co-host of the Get Real, and of course, everyone involved in International Film Festival Manhattan. Thank you, Sir Johan, our director for Get Real PHLB Radio of Vegas. And thank you, of course, Tita Josie Harrison, ang mami ni Jokoy. Thank you very much for actually having me here in this program. Thank you, Elton Lugay, and of course, thank you, C. Miles de la Cruz, for recommending me to create this show. And our show, our actually film festival, which will be virtual, International Film Festival Manhattan, will be May 28 to 30, 2021. And we will still have an October 2021 autumn or fall film festival. So we will have 2 virtual events. Kasi, why not, right? Virtual naman tayo ngayon. Ladies and gentlemen, the hottest or the best filmmakers in the world, Father Roland Mactal, Mr. Mark Moneda, and Melver Gomez for the International Film Festival Manhattan. Maraming salamat po, and see you at our film festival. Bye!
Bye! Thank you, Luis.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Glory, thank you.
Glory to God, sir. Thank you.
It's time to get real. Get real. Talking about the things you wanna hear. It's time to get real. Get real. We got it all right here. It's time to get real. Get real. Better buckle up, get real, get set. It's time to get real. Get real. We got it all right here. Come on. Whoa.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.